Hello everyone. So today me and Dan have taken a walk to a medieval manor, and we wanted to do a little bit of an investigation. However, I do think we are going to struggle with signal a bit, so if it does drop out, you know, there is potential it is going to drop out. But this is a medieval manor house, and it is built on land where there would have been early settlers as well in the area. There is a lot of evidence for early settlers in the area. So I do again apologise if there is bad signal, but I have brought a little bit of the equipment with me, and we're with Dan. So just seen a deer as well, so if anyone likes wildlife, there's literally just a deer down there. It's quite cool. But yeah, I've got a little bit of the equipment as well. I'm going to bring it in because it is spitting. But we're at, a medieval manor house. So this is the ruins of the medieval bit. It was also at one point a farm as well, but it has been made, just left ruined. But this is the actual medieval section. I really hope it doesn't cut out again. Sorry if it does cut out. I hope I have signal. Hi, Charlotte. So what do you think of this? Do you like it? It's taken quite a bit of walking to get to this location. I'm not going to mention the location because I don't want to ruin it for... It's a really nice location. I don't want to ruin it and have loads of people sort of turn up there. But what do you think? Do you like it? Medieval ruins. And my Fitbit has just like actually popped up and said, your exercise goal, your heart rate has been reached 170. So yeah, a lot of walking. I'm knackered. It's hot. But yeah, we do have the equipment as well, so we can do a little bit of a paranormal investigation. Whilst it's light, I'm hoping to get back as well before it gets dark, because it is quite an overgrown path to get in here, and it did take quite a while to get here. So I am actually just going to set up, I'll check the temperature as well before we start. So I've got the temperature gun, so I am just going to do a baseline temperature at each side. So it's around 70 degrees. Hi, David. It will the temperature will change as the night goes on, because it is gonna get a little bit colder as it gets later and darker, but it should be relatively stable. I mean, we'll be able to check it. So if it's a few degrees different, yeah, Tony, can you feel like that sort of thing? Hi, Dan. I'm knackered. I have walked. I'm knackered. Right, okay. I've got the K2 as well, but it will, as everyone knows, it will react to the live stream. So that is reacting to the live stream, but I will put it a bit further away. Yeah, I'll put it on the side somewhere and hope not to forget it. Will react to the live, so we can't be anywhere near it. Let's see how far away we can get. There, that's not reacting to the live there. So if that flashes, it's not reacting to the live. That measures electromagnetic frequencies and stuff. So if that goes off, I have a Dan's in the background somewhere. So if he jumps out at me, I'm gonna absolutely cry. Dan, Tony says, watch out for the adders. Right, so the K2 setup. I do have the REM pods. I haven't used them for a while, so they shouldn't just go off randomly, but if they do, I'll just turn them off. If they do start going off without us commanding them to do so, asking them to go off, it might be weather related because it is spitting a bit. You can also go through here as well. There's another bit down here. So I'm going to put one of the REM pods up here. That's me. So there's one of the REM pods set up there, and that's me setting it off. So we're going to hope it doesn't go off randomly, but if we ask it to, we hope it to go off. There's a few flies about as well, and it is a little bit windy, so if these like knock themselves over, I have a feeling like they're not overly sturdy, so it could like knock over in the wind. Ooh. I'm gonna lean that one up against this wall. There, so that's that set up. That's one there. K2's there. Temperature's around 70 degrees. It's very windy. Well, it's not very windy, that was a lie. It's a little bit windy. I also do have the flashy balls, which I can put out in a bit, but it is windy, so I don't... when I brought them, I didn't think that was going to be... I didn't think that was going to be a factor, but it is actually a little bit windy, so they probably will blow in the wind anyway and flash, so I might not put them out. I can try them on the floor, but I don't want them to blow and think that it's like paranormal when it's not. I do have the EMF reader as well. So, Medieval Manor house. That's just taken its ages to get here and nearly killed me off. So you can go like around the outside here. Little walk, a little nice bench there as well. Oh, Tony, we were just talking about the bats. There will be bats. I haven't got the audio. I've got me. I've just got my normal like voice recorder, but I've got no low frequency audio detectors. Just my normal recorder. Set stuff up so if it starts going off when I've gone. 2 seconds. How cool is this though? So I've set up the REM pods, and they look like they are gonna play ball and not just randomly set themselves off. And I've set up what else did I just set up? The cave, and I was stood far enough away from it where the live wasn't influencing it. Not that we'd see it now because it's through there, but if the REM pods go off. Tony's just made a comment about adders, and now I think the adders are gonna get us on the way back.
Jumping out the long grass?
Yeah, jumping out the long grass. There is long grass. I mean, we just walked through like whole paths that look like that. Like quite a bit of it. Sorry if it drops out, the signal is a little bit bad. Let me know if you can hear me now. Oh! So that was one of the REM pods, but I'm gonna check it's not like falling over in the wind. Which one was that? None of them have fallen over. But yeah. Oh. Not a medieval toilet. Right. One of the REM pods did just go off there. I don't know which one it was though, because we weren't through here. I do always find when the REM pods go off, it's when you're not there. But I can't say, we've not called out for it to happen, so I wouldn't have necessarily said that it would be like paranormal or anything. Could have just been a bit of... So the REM pods could go, because it's based on how close you get to them, but there's a lot of insects around, and I don't know whether that would impact them.
The wind blew one.
Maybe. The wind could also have potentially blown that into those. Apparently it's clear signal at the moment, so we're good. I'm going to move this one because I think if the wind's blown it, it could potentially have picked up that. So I'm going to move it. I mean, you can clearly tell that's me, and I've set that one off. So you can tell when I'm touching it, it's going to set them off. But they shouldn't be going... That one I don't think should be going off on its own, because it's like it's stood up quite sturdily on there. But that one was quite close to that. But that's also very likely to blow over. We'll see. I can ask if there is anybody here, anybody in spirit form or any spirit that wants to communicate with us, if you can please go towards one of the black boxes I've just set out there. We just want to communicate with you. I'm not sure whether anybody's tried to communicate with you before. But if you want to come through and say hello, now's your chance. I do think it has an odd feel to it, Tony, as well, yeah. I'm not going to comment in here exactly which manor it is. I know you know where we are, but I don't want to comment where it is just because it's a nice walk to it as well, and it looks quite preserved. It doesn't look like many people come here. Tony says that there was a story about a grey lady here.
Oh.
I haven't looked into the paranormal in it. Actually, I've looked into the history a little bit, but I haven't looked into the paranormal here. To be fair, we did just sort of decide, right, we're going to find it, we're going to walk to it, and we weren't sure whether we're going to go live because it was just raining really badly around us, but it doesn't look like it's raining here. So, do you know much about the story about the Grey Lady, Tony? Or who it was supposed to be? I know this was the medieval part that we're in now, but there was also the farm. It was the farm, wasn't it? Or the tenanted farms and stuff that it was, it said. Yeah, tenanted farms, but this bit is the medieval ruins. You can sort of see where it's been kept up a bit there as well. I bet you people probably have come and looked for ghosts here, but maybe not. I haven't seen any documented investigations or many documented investigations. People will have been.
I've never even looked at those.
Tony says he's tried an EVP here 20 years ago, but there wasn't much results. I've got the EVP, so I can try it. See if we'll get a result. Try it now. Did you get any results when you were here at all? I'm going to do an EVP now. See if we get anything. It is like, I never say that. There's one thing that I always say, that you can't just assume that ghosts just come out at night. So we always quite often do investigations during the day. This one is also because I do want to sort of escape, but we might come here a little bit later in the year as well. So, because I definitely want to come back because it's great. I've decided it's great. Even if it's just to have a look around when it's a little bit darker, but yeah, it is a really good place. It's interesting because you can sort of see like the structure of the building as well, like where things were. I'm just going to turn it around. You can see like the structure of where things were and like windows and stuff, and I really like that. But yeah, I'm going to do an EVP now, see if we get anything, and we'll go from there. I'm going to ask, because of the ghost story, and it might just be a ghost story, but I'm going to ask on the EVP if there was a grey lady, because it would be interesting to see if there is a response about a grey lady. If not, I'm just going to ask about if there is anybody around here, and see if we get any responses. It is really windy, so the wind will pick up on the EVP, I think. So the only sort of noises I can hear are the birds and the wind. There is also a gate down there. You'll not see it on here, but there's a gate like down there that was banging in the wind a little bit. And there was also a deer and a few bits of wildlife down there. So maybe that might make a little noise, like a clink. That's not paranormal, that will be that gate. So let's try it. If there's anybody here that wants to communicate with us, come through, let us know. Come speak into this box in my hand. Come let us know your name. Are you the grey lady? Yeah, Tony, I'm definitely up for it if you're going to go 100%. I've just got my walking on. I got here, nearly died, but I got here. It is really humid. But yeah, I'm definitely up for it. We're going to play that back now. If there's anybody here that wants to communicate with us, come through, let us know. Come speak into this box in my hand. Come let us know your name. Are you the grey lady? Nothing there. I feel like in here cars as well in the background. I think that was cars. I don't know where the nearest road is. I just felt like you'd hear cars. Trying to think where the nearest road is. But I mean, I don't know why that REM pod went off earlier actually, because it's not happened again. What's the weather looking like? Just looking at all these, I'll show you all these clouds. I'm just looking at all of these clouds. Don't want to come too far out there because it stopped working when I was out there. But how nice is this? If there's anybody here, can you go touch one of those black boxes that I've set out? Those two will make a noise. That one here and that one there. If you walk towards them and touch them, they'll make a noise. Yeah, I was hearing the cars on the EVP. Tony says like the sound travels up the valley, and it does because the cars were like, there's nothing near, but you can hear them. I'll try another EVP. I'll try another one. Did you live at this manor? Was this your home? Or was this your farm? Were you a tenant here? Can you tell us your name? I'm going to play that. I don't think it's anything, but this, like, the noise thing, just it might have just been the wind, but it jumped up to, like, the end. The very end there.
Was this your home? Or was this your farm? Were you a tenant here? Can you tell us your name?
There was like, what was that knock at the end? I don't know. It might have just been one of us. I'll have to watch the live again. But like, the sound bar jumped up and none of us were moving. But there was a little bit of a knock at the end. Listen.
Can you tell us your name?
Hear that? I don't know whether it was anything, but like, there was like a before the end. But like, you know, when I said like the sound bar jumped up to the end, I wonder whether that was what.
I'm sure one of us never
Maybe.
moved a foot on the gravel.
But that wasn't because.
Can you tell us your name?
It's not that bit. It's like. Do you know what I mean? That's like a.
Doesn't sound like gravel.
There's like a. Sorry if it cuts out. There is bad signal. There is like a really loud bang at the end of here, and I'm gonna have to watch the live back to work out whether like what I was doing when that went. But like I was watching it, and the thing went up, like, but I didn't hear a noise, and I was like, "There's something at the end," but you weren't moving either. I didn't see you moving. Listen to this loud bang at the very end. There. What's that? I'll see if I can put the audio recording in the group or something. It's nothing big, it's just I'll put the audio recording in the group. But there's like a loud bang at the end, but like it sounds a bit like that, doesn't it? No, but the gravel sounds different to like that. That was like a thump rather than a.
Yeah.
I'm not, by the way, by any means, I'm not saying that was paranormal. I just can't place the noise. Because I don't think that either of us were moving, because I was looking at as you could see on the live, I had the thing on and it jumped up, which would indicate that there was a noise recorded on it. And I was thinking, well, there wasn't a noise recorded. So as soon as we stopped that recording, I'd said, oh, well, it jumped up at the end. And then there was that bang, but none of us were actually moving then. So I just think that's a bit weird, but it's not necessarily paranormal. I just don't know what the bang was. Because there's nothing like moved. We'll try another one. Was that you that made that noise? If that was you that made that noise, will you do it again? Can you make a noise? If you don't want to talk to us, can you touch one of those black boxes?
Was that you that made that noise?
Right, no. I wasn't moving
That
there.
noise when
Right. I wasn't moving.
that you that made that noise?
That wasn't me, that wasn't you. Do you hear the footsteps? Listen to the footsteps right at the start of that, because that sounds like footsteps, but not on the gravel. What the hell was that?
It wasn't me, no, was it?
No.
If that was you that made that noise, will you do it again? Can you make... If you don't want to talk to us, can you touch one of those black boxes?
That was a cone. I'll actually record, like, you move around and I'm going to stand here and just record you moving around. But I don't, like, that was right next to me, that. Right, I'm going to press record now and you just walk. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Oh, it's back, it's back. Hello. Sorry, guys. It went, the signal went again. But we've just recorded Dan just walking, like, to see what that sounds like. And I've not listened to it yet, so I'm just going to play that now. It clearly sounds like gravel. Like, if you listen to the sound of you walking here, that's you walking. That's me saying the connection went. And then if you listen to that one,
Was that you that made that noise?
completely different that.
It's a different sound.
So I can't tell you what that is, but there's literally like there's like a sound. I'm going to play that again. I don't know whether everyone can hear that, but if you can't hear it, I'll find a way to get the clip into the group for everyone. So if you're part of the Paranormal Newcastle group, join it. If you're not, and we'll post it in there later. But listen to the start of this.
Was that you that made that noise?
That's clear as day, that. And that wasn't you moving, because I was like, I made sure that you, like, to note when movement was happening. So, like, when I'm recording this, I'm looking over and listening to see where's moving. So I know at the very end there was, like, the car and that. But at the start, nobody was moving. And the sound, right, so that's the sound that we can't identify. Play it again.
Was that you that made that noise?
So that's like bum, but it sounds like horse hoofs almost. Yeah. Like, but it sounds like gravel. That, like, it sounds like the sound doesn't sound like it's on gravel. It sounds like it's on like stone. Whereas this is Dan walking around. So this is what we recorded of Dan walking around. So you can hear the difference. You can hear the difference in the sound. Like, I know I sound like a proper idiot here. The sound of the gravel is different. But I'll post it and you can just see what you think. I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to tell you it is or isn't anything, but you can decide yourself, and I'll post the recordings in the group as soon as I've found the technical know-how to do so, because I haven't got a clue. I know it's only a voice recording, but I haven't got a clue. But I'll work it out. Nothing else has gone off, though. The one of them went off once and hasn't gone off since. I think it must have been that one, because if you weren't watching before, we had this REM pod just next to, like, it was close enough to something on the side where it could potentially have triggered it. So we moved it and it's not gone off again. I'm saying I've got the flashy balls and I'll put them out, but because of the wind, it might actually move them. So I think it's a bit... I'll put a few of them out, but I'm not saying... Tony says it could be horses on the track below with the sound bouncing up through the trees, but I could say, yeah, but then you would think you would hear the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, but... How far away is the track below?
Not much far.
Do you reckon we would hear people and horses if they were going past? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd need more than one.
Them two flashy balls when they stop, they're like, when they stop, they're buried in the... So they're not going off. I've got quite a few of them, but I don't want to like put them all out because I just think they're... So that's not triggered them, me stomping around them. There, that triggered it. So it needs to physically move. I've like buried it in the gravel. But if I put too many of them out, it's just going to be potentially the wind. But we'll put a few of them out and see whether they trigger. I'll have to keep an eye on... I've got the K2 out as well, but I can't see very well, so... Everyone like my lovely coat. If there's a spirit here, can you come towards one of those black boxes? Touch it. It'll make a noise and we'll know you're here. Make yourself known. If you're not going to go towards one of them black boxes, do you want to go touch one of these on the floor that I've just put out? If you're a child and you used to live on this farm, there is movement over there, but I think it's an animal or a person walking. I'm going to have to check now. There is definitely movement over here. It's got to be an animal. I heard some movement. It's got to be like... It was like over here. I'm just paranoid somebody will like come over. It did take quite a bit of getting to here. Sorry if the signal goes, guys. If it goes, we'll be right back on straight away. So if the signal does go, bear with us. It must have been an animal because it sounded like shuffling in the bushes, but like there's a lot of bushes and there's potentially a lot of animals. Hope. Huh? Is that REM pod going off when we're not in?
It's on the K2 more than...
Let's have a look. I always find that, by the way, whenever I am doing an investigation, if you ever walk away and you've got equipment out, I just hear things in the bushes, but there's going to be so many animals in here.
Oh, I heard the beep of the K2.
Spirit, if you're here, make yourself known. It's quite sad that you'll have had all these places that were big medieval manors and stuff and they've just been like completely left to... Because the stone's all clearly good quality as well, like it's lasted this long. It's not just sad that they all like just go to waste really, and they're just sort of ruins in the middle of nowhere. Because it does take quite a bit of getting to. We were trying to work out the best way to get here, and I'm going to have a little bit of a conflab with Tony on the best way he finds getting to here. Because we got here, but just. I'm also going to have a scout out of the surrounding area as well. I think what we'll do is we'll come back, because I want to be here at maybe when it's a bit less windy, because it doesn't look, maybe it's not that windy elsewhere, but because we're quite high up, the wind is getting a little bit strong. It's also getting a bit cooler as well, which is a good thing. Let's check the temperature. I'm just doing another temperature check. Yeah, it is getting a bit cooler. That's dropped a whole 5 degrees. Spirit, if you're here, come towards this meter in my hand. Walk towards me. If there's anybody here, walk towards me now. I've changed it to degrees Celsius, it's not just dropped that much. Spirit, if you're here, come towards us now. Come closer to this orange thing in my hand. Come as close as you can to it. In front of it. If you come in front of it, the numbers will drop. Do you want to see? Not getting any responses. Well, I think I'm going to leave the video for now. I'm not sure whether we're going to stay a little bit longer, but I'm going to leave the video for now. I just wanted to show you. As I say, I'm not going to be revealing where it is just for the safety of the location, but we will be returning a little bit, so I am going to leave that video now, but I will let you know if anything does happen whilst we're here or when we're leaving, and I will try and get those audio recordings in the group as well for you. I'm going to put both in, both the one of Dan walking around to like show what it sounded like, and then me saying, oh, I think the connection's lost, and everything else, but I'll let you go for now, and I'll put all of the findings in the group later. So we will see you later, and goodbye.